Howdy doody, gals and pals. It's me, Tiffany.
Hi, it's me, Shan.
And we're back with some more movie reaction times where I make Shan watch videos she has not seen.
I'm excited for this one.
So, yeah, we're actually doing It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Christmas staple that this little baby over here hasn't seen. And
At all. Never even heard of it.
That's a good movie. Well, you'll probably recognize, because this is one of the first ones that did this structure of film. You'll see what I mean by story-wise telling, because there's a lot of movies that have either been inspired or just straight up rip off the premise.
Okay.
So you're going to see a lot of stuff that is very much influenced by this movie.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to make Shan watch and see what she thinks afterwards. Back in the day when they had the long intros were
with the music.
Well, they put so much more work into them. I'm that's literal pages of artwork that they had to go through with all of that.
When was this made?
A long time ago. Let's see what it is. 1954.
Ooh, whoa.
I mean, good minute.
I like old movies though. I don't know. To me, they tell the storyline a lot better.
It's so funny because it's not even full ratio; it's square.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's how old it is.
What you'll bring tonight?
Please bring Daddy back.
I like how I'm making you go in this completely blind.
A lot of people asking for help for a man named George Bailey. Clarence hasn't got his wings yet, has he? Because sir,
this.
He's got the IQ of a rat.
Isn't it great? Like when you think about back in the day, they didn't have the budget to do all this stuff. So what's better than making blinking lights be the literal heavens?
I know.
Yes, Clarence. A man down on Earth needs our help.
There's just something that's so soothing about that backing track that's going with it. The music, they have the slight vocalization that you can hear that it just feels like that very nostalgic kind of.
Yeah.
I think it's because it makes me think of Bambi.
The music is giving me Bambi
Right?
vibes. It really is. And when it first came on, I said to myself, kind of give me Mary Poppins vibes too.
Yes.
Clarence, you do a good job with George Bailey, and you'll get your wings.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
I feel like a lot of modern day theories on angels and stuff like that also got influenced by this movie. Like the concept of earning your wings.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who's that?
That's your problem, George Bailey.
Using a
Bro,
show.
they had to make their own fun.
George saved his brother's life that day.
Gosh, that's so actually horribly dangerous.
It was after school job at Old Man Gower's drugstore.
So young and already working.
Yes.
That's Henry F. Potter, the richest and meanest man in the county.
I want to watch Andy Griffith now.
I wonder what he ended up doing, this little kid, because he's a cute little boy. I could see him doing a lot more acting as he got older, but I have no idea who he was.
This is so off subject, but I watched a documentary on the Little Rascals. I didn't know that a lot of them died at a young age and or in their mid to late 20s. And almost all of them had drug problems.
That's so sad.
Yes, that was so crazy to me. That was so crazy.
That's depressing.
Sorry.
That rivalry.
Chocolate. With coconuts? I don't like coconuts. You don't like coconuts?
It's actually not that surprising that people don't like coconuts. I don't
Yeah.
quite a few. I don't mind the flavor of it. I don't like the texture of coconut, though.
It depends with me. Like the bags of the shaved coconut.
Yeah.
I like that. But actual coconut flavoring, if that makes sense, imitated flavor.
That's so
candy
funny.
and all of that.
We're the opposite.
Yeah, but the actual
it's okay,
coconut.
you'll take what I don't like and I'll
I
take
love
what
it.
you like. So
Yeah.
you don't like, but words.
George,
Yes, sir?
you wanna pay to be a canary?
No, sir.
It's sad.
We regret to inform you that your son Robert died very suddenly.
Oh.
Oh,
You
I think
got- do you want
we missed the
something?
part
Anything?
because we were talking. We missed the part where he was over the counter working and stuff, and she leaned over the counter and said, "George, is this your bad ear?" And he couldn't respond. She said, "George Bailey, I'll love you to the day I die."
Oh, yeah, we missed it. Is that why she stuck her tongue out at her?
Because the girl who got the ice cream, she's the one that said that.
Oh, okay.
The other girl was flirting with him at first.
Oh,
This one
okay.
came around. So yeah, now we're back on track.
Take those capsules over Mrs. Blaine.
Dude does not need to be working when you just found out your kid died.
You hidden?
Gotta see Papa, Billy.
Some other time, George.
It's important.
There's a squall in there. It's shaping up into a storm.
Bank examiner.
Bank examiner. Should have called him yesterday.
Defeat the purpose if you're not gonna take the time to look down and be like, oh yeah.
Somehow.
Shut me up.
People you
He straight up said, "Push me closer so I can yell at him."
have children.
They're not my children.
But they're somebody's children, Mr. Potter.
Are you running a business or a charity war?
That is the most
Mr. Potter, what
elaborate
makes you such a
wheelchair.
hard-skulled character. You
It is. High too.
It's like you and that idiot brother of yours to spend for me.
He's not a failure. You
George,
can't say
George.
that about my father.
Strong sense of justice.
Why, that medicine should have been down an hour ago. Where's Miss Blaine's voice of capsules?
Yeah, he's sober.
I was just finna say that, man.
Don't you know that boy's a sick?
My son here. You don't know what you're doing. You put something bad in those capsules. Poison, I tell you, it's poison. I know you're feeling.
An overnight bag. Genuine English cowhide. Combination.
Dang.
Told you it's a heart jerker. Heart jerker, tear jerker. I can't words.
What'd you stop it for?
I want you to take a good look at that face.
Who is it?
George Bailey.
What was his name again? I'm blanking on the actor's name. I know him. Jim.
Flying carpet, huh? Yeah, I don't suppose you'd like this old second-hand job, would you?
Oh gosh, I'm so grateful that suitcases have wheels on them now.
Look how big that thing is.
That was back when you didn't have to worry about them weighing the luggage on each flight.
Okay, I like cars.
I love that you are like fully enthralled in this movie because
Yeah, I like it. I wish this generation would learn you didn't used to have to be naked to get attention.
This is true. I love how you went full into Mama Shan mode there, like crossing her hands and like, those children.
Like I'm just so old.
George, that's why all children should be girls.
Well, if they were all girls, there wouldn't be any. Oh, never mind. Joe, you two.
I think he's supposed to be someone who's like going off to college or something. Is supposed to be his age. He
The
looks
younger brother or
no,
George?
George. Yeah, he looks a lot older.
Yeah.
Boy, my last meal in the old Bailey boarding house.
Yeah, he's and his brother's supposed to still be like high school age.
Uncle Billy and I are gonna miss you.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, I had another tussle.
I think part of what happened would be back in the day, right? Like you don't have like the whole like de-aging stuff that we have now, right? So if you needed them to play an older character later on, you had either they had to look too young or too old for one of the parts.
Yeah.
You wouldn't consider coming back to the building alone, would you?
Why?
Just say no. Just say no.
Well,
You
anyway,
wrong.
why don't you draw up a chair? Then you'd be more comfortable and you could hear everything that's going on.
I would if I thought I'd hear anything worth listening to.
Soon to talk about it.
No, not
I would have said okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I probably
continue.
would have said, okay, all the
Continue.
parts. Only a plate.
I think you're a great guy. Why, did you hear that, Annie?
I heard it's about time one of you lunkheads said it.
It was nice to see they didn't treat her like she was
Right. Yeah, which is that especially for that time period. It's
Yes.
like, I mean, she's working for them, but it's not like she's
It's
othered.
it's
you know?
literally all because he was like, "Won't you just pull up?" He just talking to her like,
Yeah.
like that's good.
You're just one of the family. I think about those parts of movies where they have to sit there and eat. Anytime they messed up, they would have to start over and do the take over and over again. You know, after a while, you got to get so full and be so tired.
Welcome back.
Oh, it feels so weird to be going to like because it's like his brother's not in college yet, right? So like this has got to be like a high school dance type of thing, right? To be that old and coming back to a high school dance.
George. Marty. Well, it's all home.
Oh, he doesn't look old. The men.
Yes.
Well, you remember my kid sister Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Dance with her, will you? Come on,
Violet.
dance, just dance with her.
Poor girl. She's right there. Yes. Completely ignored.
If it hadn't have been for that race had been a cinch.
Look how tall he is compared to everybody else.
Whoever it was, because it'd be scared.
Girl, go get your man.
Yeah.
She done just stopped. yeah, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that.
And we're done.
Hey.
Poor guy.
You lost your date. Oh.
She just said she'd love him till the day she died.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like dances would have been more fun when they were like this versus to what like they've become nowadays. Not that I would be able to actually do any of the dances. But
No.
I'm not very good at this.
Neither am I.
Look pretty good to me.
Right?
You don't beat.
Like, not only are they not stepping in each other, but like, especially with like the kicking out, I would run into people
nobody
around
touching
me.
each other. Y'all just didn't want to show off. Y'all just didn't want to show off. Look at him killing it.
And did you further know that George Bailey is dancing right over that crack?
Why are they having the dance on top of a pool?
I mean, maybe you have to double up the area that they may not have been able to afford an actual gym.
Well, yeah, okay. Living his best life.
Oh yeah, they put the spotlight on him too. And like nobody's saying, "Hey, stop!" They're just watching.
They think they getting shit. We must be good. Nah, y'all must be
Nobody's saying anything.
They just go. Might as well. See, that's fun.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at everybody else. That's fun. You can't be too serious. I mean, that's what you get. See, I wish people were so carefree like that now. Like they just said, "Oh, might as well."
I like this. Me as a professor.
I can see you. Might as well.
You should have seen the commotion in that locker room. I had to knock down 3 people to get this stuff to wear.
Trying to find dry clothes.
Wet dress. You look a little older without your clothes on. I mean, without a dress, you look older.
Stop talking. Stop talking. You was doing good, George. Stop talking.
I'd like to live in it.
Makes me think of places downtown.
I wouldn't live in as a ghost.
What'd you wish, George?
Well, not just one wish, a whole hatful. Were you going to throw a rock? Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh, the guy's just sitting there watching them the whole time.
You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Am I talking too much?
Yes.
Yeah, my face. Like,
At a death?
yes.
Why don't you kiss her instead of talking at a death?
Want me to kiss her, huh?
Oh, youth is wasted on the wrong people.
I'll show you some kissing will put hair back on your head. What do you...
Whistles for
I mean,
are. Catch. Wait a minute. This is a very interesting situation.
Man.
Man doesn't get in a situation like this every day.
I'd like to have my role. I'm going to tell your mother on you.
Well, my mother's way up in the corner.
Come on home, quick. Your father's had a stroke. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to get to my real purpose.
Wait just a minute now.
Wait for what? I claim this institution is not necessary to this town. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to dissolve this institution and turn its assets and liabilities over to the receiver.
Chloroforming the building and loan.
Literally, his dad just died.
Mr. Potter's motion.
Bailey was the building and loan.
Oh, that's fine, Potter, coming from you.
That's what killed him. Oh, I don't mean any disrespect to him.
I will cut you.
Man of high ideals, so-called. But ideals without common sense can ruin this town. Now you take...
I would have flipped it, chair.
Mr. Potter, let me introduce you to some stairs.
And I would have gave everybody a look. Pick him up if y'all want to. Pick him up if you want to. Yeah, I been leave him right there.
Help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that?
I feel like Mr. Potter is corporate America.
Broke them down that do you know how long it takes a working man to save $5,000?
Shamba ready to throw hands.
Disrespect. I would stop talking then and just went across the room like, y'all already know. No more talking. I gotta work on that too.
At least you can remove yourself. I'm more of the problem where I'm not going to stop. If I see a challenge, I'm going to say it. I'm like, oh, you want to play.
I'm gonna look at you, Tiff. Jail is where we're going if you do not stop.
And I'll wave on the way.
Because if you don't stop, that means I don't stop. And we're going to jail.
Going on a trip, girl. Get ready.
You're the board here. You do what you want with this thing. There's just one thing more, though. This town needs this measly one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come without crawling to Potter.
Yes.
Yeah, now eat that.
I hope you choke.
The mental hogwash. I want my motion acted on.
Yeah, everybody start talking so he can't say nothing. Everybody talk at the same time.
Yeah.
So he can't say
out.
nothing.
That man is all about monopolies. Hate monopolies.
I can't stand people like that. They just think about themselves.
It is a random pet, bro.
This is like, why? I didn't even notice it till you pointed it out. I'm looking over it.
Just chilling. They never really explain it. He's just there.
Potter down. They want to keep it going.
Good.
They've appointed George here as executive secretary to take his father's place.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to school. This is my last chance. Uncle Billy here. He's your man.
But George, they'll vote with Potter otherwise.
So painful.
I don't know.
I think that's what keeps this movie so relatable, is that that's still so many people's story today.
Mm-hmm.
And so his brother's supposed to come back and take over the business now, so that he has his chance.
Let's see how this go.
Do you have your suspicions that it's going to go out?
If you got siblings, you know. You know, we already know where this going.
You want to talk about it?
George, Uncle Billy, I want you to meet Ruth.
Hello. How do you do?
Ruth Dakin.
Ruth Dakin Bailey, if you don't mind.
That's right. Well, I wired you. I had a surprise. Here she is. Meet the wife.
I'd be so mad.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be so mad. You got
Yes,
married
you got
without
married.
without having me come to the wedding?
Yes.
Congratulations. Married these two. Why don't you tell somebody?
Like, they take it really well, but I would be pissed.
Tell you, it's purely mercenary. My father offered him a job.
Oh, we got you on the job. Well, Harry.
I never said I'd take it. You've been holding the bag here for 4 years, and
Your heart just hurts for him. He's such a sacrificial lamb, you know?
That's all Harry ever talks about.
Where'd she get the pop? Oh, okay, where'd she get the popcorn from?
Well, is it a good job?
Oh, yes, very.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I feel so good, I could spit in Potter's eye. I think maybe I better go home.
Yeah, you need to go home.
Where's my... Oh, thank you, George.
Go home.
Thank you, George. Oh boy, now look. My wild...
I don't want to never get that drunk.
Funny thing, what actually happened on the set, someone else was, while they were recording, accidentally knocked something over. And so he improvised that saying so that he could cover it.
Yeah, that's cool.
He was quick on his feet and he covered it.
That's cool.
I would have lost it if I was him, though. I'd have been like,
bro.
But he kept playing it.
A lot of, on these movie sets and stuff, we probably had to do a million times. I find everything funny.
Yes, I'm too giggly for
yes.
this stuff. Aww. It hurts. So sad.
Did you know that Mary Hatch is back from school? Sam Wainwright's away in New York, and you're here in Bedford Falls.
And all's fair in love and war.
Let's go get her.
It is. It's your time to woo over. You gone.
If you'll just point me in the right direction. This direction. Good night, Mrs. Bailey. Light, and there's a green pool up there, and we can swim in it. Then we can climb Mount Bedford and smell the pines and watch the sunrise against the peaks. And we'll stay up there.
Yes.
Everybody will be talking. There'll be a terrific scamp.
Georgie, have you gone crazy? Why, walk in the grass in my bare feet.
The nerve.
I was gonna say the nerve.
Poor guy.
That was very romantic.
I know,
I would have loved to
go.
She's sitting there. Like, what?
Nature.
I know. Like, walk in the grass with my bare feet. What you mean?
I'm no bumpkin.
I just happen to be passing by.
Happen to be working up the nerve is what you're doing.
Have you made up your mind?
About what?
About coming in. Mother just phoned and said you were on your way over to pay me a visit.
My mother just called you?
Miss.
No. Anybody just went for a walk. Happened to be passing by here.
Not like she can read you like a book or
I
anything.
know, like you don't belong to her.
No, but she's totally not interested in you, sir.
I know, right?
I do wish it was more readily acceptable to wear like all the pretty dresses that they did back in the day. You're young.
No, you want to go in. I'm sorry. I do that every time I see somewhere for a minute. I'm sorry. And I took a nap before I came, so I'm not sleepy. I'm just yawning.
It's just sometimes when you watch movies, it's like you spend so much time sitting still.
I didn't tell anybody I was
acting
coming over.
like the little temper tantrum boy over there, like, I don't want to do it. You're making me do it.
No, he wanted to come in there.
He's pouting.
All right, for a minute.
He has no idea how good he has it there in Bedford
know.
Falls, so.
Sit down.
What's that? Some joke, huh?
Quit being so cold and sit down.
Well,
That's it. He's throwing a little attitude fit for himself. All up in his feelings.
Who's down there with you?
It's George Bailey, Mother.
George Bailey? What's he want?
I don't know. What do you want?
not a thing.
Why are you here?
Making violent love to me, Mother.
You tell him to go right back.
Did you come here for then?
I don't know. You tell me. You're supposed to be the one that has all the answers. You tell me.
Mitten jerk.
Mary, he's waiting.
Oh.
Hello? Hello, Sam. How are you?
You idiot.
He does so. He asked for him. George.
Meddling mothers are great.
Mm-hmm.
Sam wants to speak to you.
Get up, sir.
Hi, Sam.
Well,
Make a
George
quilt or
Bailey
something.
Austin. Hey, a fine pal you are.
Yeah, he's
What are you
clearly
trying to
very concerned about Mary.
I know, right?
We can both hear. Come here. We're listening, Sam.
I mean, acting here is pretty solid.
Mhm.
This too.
This is the chance of a lifetime.
If y'all don't go ahead, yes.
Now, you listen to me. And I don't want to get married ever to anyone. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do. And you're...
George.
She's so heartbroken.
He was fighting a losing
He
battle
was,
against himself.
yes. Come on now. Oh, her mama heartbroken, boy. She mad.
Yup.
She said, "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear."
Hey, where are you two going on this here now, honeymoon?
Where are we going? Look at this. There's the kitty, Ernie. Here, come on, count it, Mary.
Oh, I feel like a bootlegger's wife.
Just carrying the cash out for
I
everyone else to
know.
see. Very different time.
Yes. That whole trip he just described probably cost him $100.
Don't look now, but there's some
Inflation.
I know.
Yay.
seen one, but that's got all the earmarks of being a run.
You know about runs on banks and everything. Those are so dangerous. I think that's how like the Depression really got started, honestly.
Come on in, everybody. That's right. Let's come on in.
It's so awkward. Like somebody say something.
The tension.
What happened? How did it start?
Well, how does a thing like this ever start? All I know is the bank called our loan.
When?
About an hour ago, I handed over all our cash.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah, they would have been going through the Depression too, right? Because he was like a preteen in the 1919s. So yeah, they would have been throughout the Depression. So yeah, you would have had runs on the bank and everything.
But I am willing to guarantee your people too. Just
Setting
tell them to
himself
bring
up.
their shares over here.
How do people live with themselves being like that? I just don't understand.
You're thinking of this place all wrong, as if I had the money back in a safe.
Got $242 in here, and $242 isn't going to break anybody.
Back then, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that back then it was a lot of money.
You are, you son.
Well, I did. Old man Putter will pay 50 cents on the dollar for every share you got. 50 cents on the dollar? Yes, cash.
Well, what do you say?
No,
I mean,
Tom,
like
you have to
he's
stick to
still
your
taking
original
money
plan.
from you.
Yes.
So he's getting money from people out of this.
Oh, there'll never be another decent house built in this town. He's already got charge of the bank, he's got the bus line, he got the department stores, and now he's after us. And because he wants to keep you living in his slums and paying the kind of rent he does. You had one of those Potter houses, didn't you? Well, have you forgotten? Have you forgotten what he charged you for that broken down shack?
Take sacrifices to fight back against big corporations like that. Not many people are willing to do it, but you have to, otherwise you lose everything.
And it's crazy. They think the government just started doing this kind of stuff now. No. No.
Yeah, this has been from the dawn of time.
Yes.
People taking advantage of people. Come on.
We've got to stick together, though. We've got to have faith in each other.
How much do you need?
Hey, Tom, how much do you need?
$242.
No, Tom, just enough to tide you over until the bank.
I'll take $242.
Some people.
Your account's still here. That's a loan. Miss Thompson, how much do you want?
But it's your own money,
Now,
George.
never mind about that. How much do you want now?
I can get along with 20, all right.
$20. Davis?
Could I have $17.50?
Bless your heart, of course you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo! We made it. Close the door, Eustace. We made it. Look, we're still in business. We still got $2 left.
Folks, wedding cigars.
Oh, wedding. Holy mackerel, I'm married.
Yes. He was married. He done forgot that quick.
Mrs. Bailey is on the phone.
I don't want Mrs. Bailey. I want my wife. Mrs. Bailey. Oh, that's my wife. Here, I'll take it in here. Sorry.
You're not used to it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, ain't your mama, baby.
Come home. What home? 320 Sycamore. Well, what? Whose home's that?
Like, even all the crap he goes through, like the people who are standing by him, is so sweet.
That's all you get, buddy. Oh, that was sweet.
I forget how long of a movie this is.
I wasn't expecting it to be this long.
So much of this makes me think of my childhood. I know for you too, like neither of us had like crap growing up, but like just the way that you could still find magic.
Mr. Bailey.
Oh, I'm just using it as a disrespect.
I love you true.
Like that's some friends right there, standing out in the rain to
Rain
serenade.
sing,
Oh my
yes,
gosh,
oh.
this is so sweet. Couldn't have wished for a little money to go along with it too.
I
Clearly, your
know.
wishes are powerful.
I know.
They counteracted his.
George can't catch a break though. Every time he playing something,
Oh,
something always
no.
happen. Don't you do that. Don't do that. This is for our friends, not us. Don't you do that.
No more we live like a pigs in this potter's field.
Okay, like that hurts though, because like you're sitting there, you're like, oh, what a wonderful thing to own your own house. What a feeling. It's like, but like we're all there now. We're all there, like, because we get that same place. I can actually own
For
my
real.
own house. Oh, circle of life.
How many kids they got?
And a goat.
One in the lap, but I think I counted 3 in the back.
And a baby too. So
Who just got a goat?
how cool is that? Like how many lives they would be radically changing.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey family's been a boil on my neck long
I wonder whose fault that is.
Come in here.
You did it to
You
yourself.
had been doing stuff the right way. You wouldn't have to worry about it.
Oh,
Why don't you have your friends join us?
Why, sure. Hey, why don't you kids drive down with us, huh?
Hi, Sam. Have fun.
thanks for dropping around.
Florida. Hee-haw!
Why do they say hee-haw?
It's his weird thing. That's not like that everyone's going around saying hee-haw. That's Sam.
Okay.
That's just
Like,
Sam.
what?
Don't you say hi that way? Hee-haw, Sam. It's gotta hurt knowing like they made so much money on something that they wanted to let you in on, but you couldn't do it.
Bucks.
Sure you
I
would.
wouldn't want it.
Purposely makes the chair so low so that he can tower over other people. You know that.
Well,
George, now that's just what I
He's
like.
painting of himself in his own office.
George, I am an old man, and most people hate me, but I don't like
I
it.
wonder whose fault that is.
I do that I run
I have no sympathy for people like that.
But the
Yes, well, most people say you stole all the rest.
envious one.
See, like he could do so much better if he partnered with George instead of making his enemy. Because clearly George has really good business acumen to him.
Can't say he ain't a businessman.
27, 28, married.
Yeah, that's how old he's supposed to be. You're like,
Okay.
I'll start you out at
I wouldn't
$20,000
trust
a
him
year.
at all. I wouldn't care.
20,000.
Shann's like, I wouldn't even bat an eye.
You wouldn't mind living in the nicest house.
My
in
soul's
town,
worth a lot more,
buying
thank
your wife
you.
a lot of fine clothes.
And that's how he got everybody else in the town.
George Bailey, whose ship has just come in.
It's full of holes. There's chains below deck.
I wouldn't even gave him an inkling that I was entertaining it.
No.
No.
I feel like you would have laughed in his face.
Yes, I've been like,
okay, sure.
I'm offering you a 3 years contract at $20,000 a year starting today.
And then what happens after the 3 years?
Yeah, and look how he acting now because I didn't agree. You gonna yell at me because I didn't agree?
You go on home and talk about it to your wife.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
What? Slime up.
Okay, Mr. Potter.
You shook your hand with the devil, sir.
Yeah, it didn't feel, didn't feel right.
No, wait a minute here. The answer's no. Doggone it. You sit around here and you spin your little webs and you think the whole world revolves around you and your money. Well, it doesn't, Mr. Potter. And that goes for you, too.
I'm taking your cigar.
Yeah.
And it goes for you, too.
The guy who just like moves his wheelchair. It's just like this stoic wall the entire film. I don't think he's even like made a noise.
I know.
Just my job.
Just
is
like,
like,
I mean,
"Look,
it's
Mom, I
my
got a
job
fart."
just to push this man around.
The amount of times his dreams get dangled in front of him. That's what's hard. I think that's the hardest thing about all this, being a dreamer and all these things. It could be one thing, like if you didn't have like all these big dreams and dealing with it, but like when you have big dreams, it hurts so much more.
Hi, baby.
You're Mary. You on the nest?
George Bailey Lasso Stork.
What is it?
How's she supposed to know, George? How's she supposed to know?
I also relate to this because my parents were constantly having to renovate old places.
Then came a war. Wounded North Africa got the Silver Star.
I always forget that North Africa was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
George fought the Battle of Bedford Falls.
It's so funny. It's considered a Christmas movie, but so small amount of it is about actual Christmas.
It's gonna snow again.
What do you mean it's gonna snow? Look at the headline there, President. I know.
His brother's getting the Medal of Honor.
Oh, they are. The Navy's gonna fly Mother home this afternoon.
In a plane?
What?
Always someone asking the dumb questions.
The look I would have gave you, like on the back of an eagle.
Call, America, call.
Got the Congressional Medal of Honor. The president just decorated it.
Yeah, well, I guess they do those things. Well, I trust you had a good year.
Good year.
I wonder how different the bills looked then from now.
Yes, and he ain't counted.
Right.
Oh, well, Harry Bailey wins Congressional Medal. That wouldn't be one of the Bailey boys. Not every heel was in Germany and Japan.
Guess you forgot something.
Huh?
You forgot something.
What?
Well, aren't you going to make a deposit?
Oh, sure I am.
Well, then it's usually customary to bring the money with you.
Huh? Oh, shucks. I
I was waiting to see if you I was trying to like not give away.
Come on, look sharp.
Oh my gosh. I already don't like this man. Just when I thought we was making progress.
Back.
Mm-hmm. What did he say? It was $8,000 he just sold?
$8,000.
Yeah.
He's so... Uncle Billy worried.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yes, Harry. Yes, everything's fine. Well, my headache's 70,000.
And I don't blame him. I'd be panicking like that too.
Uncle Billy would have got the business. I'm sorry. But I blame partially them because y'all know he's forgetful. So
yeah, like,
why would y'all trust him
would
to
he
make a
be
run
the person,
like yes?
like
why?
anybody else and anyone else?
He had it on his desk counting it before he closed up.
Now look, did you buy anything?
Nothing, not even a stick of gum.
All right.
Potter!
First step you took since you left the house, right?
Oh,
This way.
fart.
It's very tame.
Where did the squirrel come from?
Apparently he has all the animals. he's a wannabe Dr. Dolittle, I guess. I don't know. She's done an amazing job on that house, though.
Nothing's the matter. Everything's all right.
You're a big boy. You can get this star up.
As far as he's considered, he's going to jail.
I know.
I wonder how much $8,000 would be worth today
I
from
know.
the 50s.
The little baby like, all right then.
Must she keep playing that?
I have to practice it for the party tonight, Daddy.
Have a hectic day?
Oh, yeah, another big red letter day for the Baileys.
I'm surprised she hasn't just come out and asked him, like, what's
Yeah,
going
so what's your
on?
problem?
Excuse me,
Excuse you for what?
I burped.
Such a kid thing.
Yes, get on somewhere.
George, what's wrong?
Wrong everything's wrong. You call this a happy family? Why do we
spiraling.
have to have all these kids? Why, ask your mother.
It's always that one thing. It's like catching your clothes on a door for a bad day.
Look, Daddy, taste it.
Never done like that before. Like
I
for
know,
kids.
right?
Like, oh, it's better now. Kind of like when kids get those really loud toys and the battery dies. They're like, oh, it's broken.
I know, right? Like,
oh, I'm sorry.
It's
That's the
broken.
end of that.
They don't know. You the whole time you yes.
Finally quiet.
Well, it's George Bailey. I'm Zuzu's father. Say, what kind of a teacher are you anyway? What do you mean sending her home like that, half naked? You realize she'll probably end up with pneumonia on account of you? George. Is this the sort of thing we pay taxes for, to have teachers like you, stupid, silly, careless people that send our kids home without any clothes on? You know, maybe my kids aren't the best dressed kids, and maybe they don't have any decent
Ooh,
clothes.
you having a bad day, George. Go to bed.
Yeah,
Go
right.
to bed, George.
Hello, who's this? Oh, Mr. Welch.
No.
Okay, that's fine, Mr. Welch. Give me a chance to tell you what I really think of your wife.
No, George, no.
Walk away. Walk away.
Okay, Mr. Welch, anytime you think you're man enough, you... Hello? Any... How should I know? What do you think I am, a dictionary? Tommy, stop that, stop.
I'm sorry. It would have made me laugh. He just cut him off. Oh, George. George, baby. You can't take it out on your family. They ain't got nothing to do with it. Especially not in front of your kids.
Yep. He has reached his breaking point. But also, that's a good indicator of why you don't just keep bottling up your trauma. You need to actually face it. Because this is what happens. I mean, it could be a lot worse, too, in some situations.
Yeah. He could have came home and really took it out on them physically.
Mm-hmm.
Like most men did back then.
Yeah.
Uncle Billy?
The fact that he wouldn't tell his wife anything.
No.
Through some sort of an accident, my company's short in their account. The bank examiner got there today. I've got to raise $8,000 immediately.
Oh, that's what the reporters wanted to talk to you about.
You got an extra nice toasty spot for people like you down below.
Yes.
What about all your other friends?
Well, they don't have that kind of money, Mr. Potter. You know
You
that.
like
You're the
that,
only one in
too.
town that can help me.
You were going to go out and conquer the world. You once called me a warped,
That hasn't changed, huh?
Exactly.
You were a warped, frustrated young man. Miserable little clerk crawling in here. No securities, no stocks, no bonds, nothing but a miserable
That's exactly why.
$500 equity.
That's exactly why I don't ask people for nothing. Because they wait till the perfect opportunity.
It's like you can ask for help from people, but you got to know who you're asking from. Because, like, there's some people you just can't.
And he know he ain't got no business asking him. He up in his feelings and emotional. He know he ain't got no business talking to this man.
I'm going to swear out a warrant for your arrest. Misappropriation.
Now he's making sure he goes to jail. Calling the cops on him. When he's sitting there and has stolen $8,000 from him. Because I don't care if it was accidentally given to him. The fact that he knows it's not his means not going to wait. He straight up stole it. I like the extra detail of making him look like he's sweating from nerves and everything.
Please go home, Mr. Bailey.
Bailey? Which Bailey? This Mr. George Bailey.
The next time you talk to my wife like that, you'll get worse. She cried for an hour. It isn't enough she's slaves teaching you stupid kids how to read and write.
Out of here, Mr. Welch.
Now, wait a minute. I want to pay for my drink.
Never mind the money. You get out of here, quick. You hit my best friend. Get out.
I can't blame him.
You can't blame him.
Well, with the way that he talked to her.
Yeah, and he did to whatever he told him. And George was like, well, if you think you man enough, he said, which one? It was no hesitation. He said, which one?
Oh, he cares about his wife, you know?
Yeah, he got her back that us. I don't blame him on that. George would have to caught that too. Like, hey now. He said, my wife cried for an hour. He slid him too.
But he should not have been driving. The door won't close.
What do you think you're doing?
Now look what you did.
My great-grandfather planted this tree.
He doesn't even ask you. He's not even like, hey, are you okay? You just had an
I
accident.
care about that tree.
Trees heal
Yes.
themselves. How cold your hands would be if that were real snow.
Oh no, George. It's never that serious. Water cold as I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
That man is floating. That man don't need no help. That man floating.
I passed away in it.
I would have had that with hearing him say that too. Like, what?
How did you happen to fall in?
I didn't fall in. I jumped in to save George. You didn't go through with it, did you?
Through with what?
Suicide.
Oh, it's against the law to commit suicide around here.
Yeah, it's against the law where I come from, too.
Oh, where do you come from?
Heaven?
And did. Damn. Sorry, you gonna have to pause this real quick.
Yeah.
How is it illegal to commit suicide when the person is dead so they can't be prosecuted?
I'm not really sure it is, but like there is actual like legality in it. Like in some places, like that it legitimately is illegal to commit suicide.
How?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if like family.
understand.
I don't know if like family members. Or like it might be the case in like if you attempt and then you fail.
Okay, that makes more sense.
You know,
It-
and
okay.
then like they have to like they're allowed to be committed. I don't know if all places do that, but like yeah, that's like a legit thing.
I ain't never heard of it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
You're not supposed to do it, but it's just like, that's crazy.
Because you don't think about it. You're like, well, like, what?
Yeah.
How are you going to commit somebody if they're, not here? But no, yeah, I think it's in the consideration of like for people who fail at their attempts, and
But what? I'm sure you're gonna have to edit this out. But what is the what is the standpoint that they're pushing to make it like? What is it? Is it because I hate when I can't articulate what I'm trying to say.
you're trying to say like, what is the point of trying to make it illegal? Because how is it actually going to be a deterrent?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
What? I don't get it.
I think it's something along the lines of like trying to make it be just a generalized deterrent to try to keep people from doing it, like of any kind of like legal repercussions after.
Oh yeah, because it would keep people from like, I don't want to go to jail for trying to kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the only thing I can. I don't
make
know enough
sense. Yeah.
Legalese.
I know, but you know everything, so I have to ask you. You know everything.
You
so
have a very high standard of my knowledge cap there, girl.
Your lip's bleeding, George.
Yeah. I got a bust in the jaw in answer to a prayer a little bit ago.
Oh, no, George.
He hasn't even been flustered that he's called him his name.
I know.
Multiple times.
How'd you know my name?
There.
Oh, I know all about you. I've watched you grow up from a little boy.
What are you? Well, who are you then?
Clarence Oddbody, AS2.
Oddbody.
Clear.
AS2. What's that AS2?
Angel, second class.
Can't believe it.
He's more apt to believe him because he's like, how's all his stuff dried out
For
already?
real.
That book is okay, everything.
Well, you look about like the kind of an angel I'd get. What happened to your wings?
I haven't won my wings yet. That's why I'm an angel second class.
Bro, and what if it was like that for real? Like when we were just truly like at the end of our rope, God just sent them like, okay, they really need you. And we like actually got to see and interact with our guardian angel. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy.
I think most people still wouldn't believe it.
Yeah,
a
a lot of people wouldn't even believe.
Mustn't talk like that. I won't get my wings with that attitude.
I can't get my promotion unless I get.
No,
I gotta get my quota in.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for me, everybody'd be a lot better off. My wife and my kids and my friends. Look.
You can't say that though. You can't say he just haven't paid attention to himself and realized the big of heart that he has. Like he literally sacrificed his whole life every opportunity he had to make other people's lives a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
I feel like that's so true for any of us, though. It's so easy to get in this, like, the whole forest for the trees scenario. You get so narrow focused in your worth because we have this idea of what we have to fit to have value. And if we don't hit these crazy ideals, then we discount ourselves entirely.
Wait a minute. That's an idea. You've never been born. You don't have to make all that fuss about it.
So dramatic.
Never been born. You don't exist.
Say something else in that ear.
Sure, you can hear out of it. Your lips stop bleeding too, George.
What I need's a couple of good stiff drinks. How about you, Angel? You want a
If
drink?
drinking is making you hallucinate,
Yeah,
why would drinking more help you?
Stroll, you fly.
I can't fly. I haven't got my wings.
You haven't got your wings, that's it.
He is so tall. I wonder what height he is.
Maybe like 6'6" or something.
Could
He
be,
is
really.
tall.
Right? Like, he always towers over everyone. I mean, then again, like, most actors tend to be pretty short, too, so.
We serve hard drinks in here for men who want to get drunk fast, and we don't need any characters around to give the joint atmosphere. Is that clear? Or do I have to slip you my lip for a convincing?
Oh, because he ordered it.
Just give him the same as mine.
Dang.
You didn't know how to make it, just
We
say
serve,
so.
he said, we serve hard drinks for men who want to get drunk fast. Oh, Lord.
See, I would have loved to have a customer like Clarence. He's so friendly and so kind. I'm like, whatever you want, sweetie.
Comedy's just made it.
Made what?
Every time you hear a bell rings, it means that some angel's just got his wings.
I think maybe you better not mention it.
He's just frozen in place. Not even giving them any drinks,
like...
nothing.
He never grew up.
Too much atmosphere from those two.
What's wrong?
No, that's another thing. Where do you come off calling me Nick?
Well, Nick, that's your name.
What's that got to do with it? I don't know you from Adam's off ox.
Adam's off ox. I've never heard that phrase before.
Never. No, dang.
Get me.
Didn't realize he had already literally saved it.
Holler? How he gonna holler? How you know my name, Nick? Like Nick ain't outside. Like Nick ain't outside.
Reading is too much atmosphere.
Oh my gosh.
We don't encourage our
He said,
customers to know how to
my
be
name
reading.
is Nick.
Well, this ought to be Martini's place. Look, who are you?
I told you, George, I'm your guardian.
Yeah, I know. You told me that. What else are you? What are you? You a hypnotist? Well, then why am I seeing all these strange things?
It's because you were not born. A chance to see what the world would be like without you.
People don't understand they play a big impact. You for real, when you've been touched and blessed, money and stuff don't matter.
Oh, what hole?
Oh, shut up! Cut it out!
How am I doing, Joseph? Thanks. So I didn't have a drink.
You would if he would have served
I know. Oh, it's booming, Nothing but clubs and bars. Girls, girls, girls.
You know what's interesting about this thing is like them showing how like it's gone down. It's like that's just like New York City and like, you know, like the square and everything. It's not even like what modern day decrepit would look like. It's still pretty good.
Your wife, I've been to your house 100 times.
Look, Bud, what's the idea? I live in a shack in Potter's Field. My wife ran away 3 years ago and took the kid, and I ain't never seen you before in my life, see?
Okay, just step on it. Just get me home.
I mean, I don't blame him. I'm gonna be doing the same thing.
I don't know, but we better keep our eye on this guy. He's bats.
Mary! Mary!
Why would she be there?
Yes.
They're not here, George. You have no children.
Gosh, how painful that would be to all of a sudden realize you lost
I
your
know.
entire family.
Thank heaven you're here. Back there. Wait, what's happened to this house? Where's Mary? Where's my kids?
Watch him, Bert.
Bert, Ernie, what's the matter with you two?
Bert and Ernie.
Shut up, Tiff.
I wonder if that's where the Muppets got it from, or the Sesame Street got it from.
Could be.
I don't know what came first, Sesame Street or this movie, because I mean, I would assume this movie because it's black and white, right?
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I had him right here.
I need a drink.
Yes. Now we got on.
Mother, what do you want?
Mother, that's
All the joy's gone from her.
George. I thought sure you'd remember me. I know everybody you know. What, your brother-in-law, Uncle Billy.
He's been in the insane asylum ever since he lost his business.
Strange, isn't it?
Old movies do really good at making a character look unhinged.
Yeah. He's around. He's an awful hole, isn't he?
I've heard of things like this. You got me in some kind of a spell or something. Well, I'm going to get out of it. I'll get out of it. And I know how, too.
You know where he lives?
Well, sure I know where he lives. He lives in Bailey Park.
Sure this is Bailey Park?
No, George Bailey. Where's the
No,
Bailey
I'm not
gonna
sure
be
of anything.
for the park?
All I know is this should be Bailey Park.
Your brother, Harry Bailey, drowned at the age of 9.
That's a lie. Harry Bailey went to war. Saved the lives of every man on that transport.
Every man on that transport died. Harry wasn't there to save them because you weren't there to save Harry.
I wonder if this movie became more of a Christmas movie to help combat the number of people who deal with like suicidal thoughts and stuff like that over the holiday.
You really had a wonderful life.
Roll credits.
Where's Mary?
Oh, well, I can't...
I don't know how you know these things, but tell me, where is she?
She's an old maid. She never married.
Where is she?
She's just about to close up the library. There must be some easier way for me to get my wings.
He's just so nonchalant about it all.
They didn't have the term old maid just sound so...
I know. But that was very common, right?
I know.
That's what I would be. I mean, really? I mean, but back then also women weren't really considered allowed to have much of their own life.
Don't do this to me, please, Mary. Help me. Where's our kids? I need you, Mary.
You know how terrifying that would be to have a strange man come and say
Yeah,
those
just
things
come
to you?
up to you.
That's my wife.
What's she faint for?
I know, right? It's so typical of these movies, though. A woman hysterical and faints.
You gonna push the cop?
Yeah.
Stand back.
He just fires in the ground.
No aiming, no nothing. He pow, pow.
Straight from the head.
Yes, right there with the people.
If it was a modern adaptation, you see modern pedestrians so these go pop, pop like that.
Parents! Parents! Get me back. I don't care what happens to me. I want to live again. Please, God, let me live again.
Hey, what's the matter?
Now get out of here, Bert, or I'll hit you again. Get out of here.
What the Sam Hill you yelling for, George?
George. Bert, do you know me?
Know you? You kidding? I've been looking all over town trying to find you. I saw your car piled into that tree down there, and I thought maybe you... Hey, your mouth's bleeding. Are you sure you're all right?
My mouth's bleeding, Bert! My mouth's bleeding! Zuzu's pedals! Zuzu... There they are! Bert! What do you know about that? Merry Christmas! Yeah!
Puts it all into perspective.
Hello, Bedford Falls!
No, this man freezing.
Yes. Get some frostbite on those fingers. It'll start going black in a minute.
Merry Christmas, you wonderful old building alone!
I wonder how big the set actually was. You know? If they full on built this town or if it was an actual town.
Happy New Year to you! In jail! Go on home, they're waiting for you.
Mary!
Mr. Bailey, there's a deficit.
I know, $8,000.
George, I've got a little paper.
I'll bet it's a warrant for my arrest. Isn't it wonderful? I'm going to jail. Mary! Mary!
That's a mansion. That is a big
This
home.
that she fixed up.
Mm-hmm.
I say we sat here the whole 2 hours just to right at the end.
I know. Oh my goodness. And play.
That was sweet.
He's got a good wife too, because she went running all over town to help him.
Oh, Annie.
You know she was family then if she's coming to do that.
She said, I was saving this money for a divorce if I ever get a husband.
Here's some beautiful play with.
He just throws in a watch.
Now get this. It's from London.
Oh.
Mr. Gower cabled you need cash. Stop. My office instructed to advance you up to $25,000. Stop. Hee-haw and Merry Christmas, Sam Wainwright.
Wow.
Gosh, you see that's like Mr. Gower, the guy he stopped from going to jail. Sam Wainwright, because he helped him get the plastics.
Yep.
Mr. Martini, how about some wine?
So I practiced this dang song.
So I'm finna play it. Never heard this whole song.
Really?
That's the only part I've ever heard. Literally, I'm not playing. That's the only part of the song I know.
That's like such a popular Christmas
It is,
song.
but that's the only part I know.
You need to tear us up though. Host proclaim. Your brother made it.
Just as quick as I could. The fool flew all the way up here in a blizzard.
That was fast.
Mm-hmm.
George, the richest man in town.
Indeed.
So that means she was hustling as soon as he
as
left
soon-
that house.
Oh.
Tom Sawyer. No man is a failure who has friends.
Oh.
Thanks for the wings. Oh. So sweet.
That's a Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Attaboy, Clarence.
Is the song, the end of the song in a different language?
This is a different song.
Oh.
This is a song people often sing at New Year's. So yeah, like I think Old Lang Syne might be Latin. I'm not sure, but it's definitely not normal English.
Yay!
Look at all those angels getting wings. I know. Like you said, the bigger the bell, the more the wings. So what did you think?
I liked that movie. I really did like it. Of course, y'all saw my face. Yeah, Potter. George, I'm glad George finally saw his worth and not through money or the things that he
like travel, you know, like needing to accomplish all the things. Like, okay, like I can get on him for that, but like I can also like if I were to hold up a mirror to myself, and be like, oh, okay, yeah, right. So you actually do have value outside of the things you accomplish, but that's also. So I was raised, you know, like the gifted programs in school, where like you're supposed to like, like I'm a recovering. That mentality. I'm like, well, you feel like, you know, I think it's a big part of the problem, honestly, with the modern education system is one in which it fosters this concept of grades and numbers, these things in which this equates to your whole identity and value, right? Like, not that education is bad by any sense of the situation, but it's like when someone else around you encourages you or you yourself put too much pressure on having to accomplish X thing to equal being worth being around.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
So, but I don't. It's like one of those movies that it just, even if you haven't seen it before, it feels like you've always known it. You know, it just welcomes you in real fast.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really love that he decided to marry Mary. I'm glad he did that because honestly, I can say that was one of the best decisions out the whole movie that he actually made.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad he put his pride to the side with that. And I hate that, in which sometimes we all have to deal with. Sometimes, like, you have to hit rock bottom to, like, truly see and realize what you have and who you have, and understand that your life is worth and means something.
Yeah.
And not just to you, because people don't even think about it. Like, you just be in your emotions for that 1 minute. Like, you impact so many people. Like, people just don't understand. Like, you have an impact on a lot of people.
Yeah.
And whether it's right, wrong, and different, it's just, if people love you, they're gonna be there for you, period.
Yeah. Well, shoot, I mean, like, I sit there and I think about, like, okay, so, like, years back when I worked at a different bookstore, I've worked at, like, 3. When I worked at a different bookstore, I was helping a customer and just being, my typical friendly self as I am with customers. And then we got a report later on where a customer actually left a review and, like, singled me out as being someone who was, like, she was so encouraging. I was having such an awful day, and just like, she didn't make a big deal about it, and just made me feel so seen and loved. And I had no idea. I was just being friendly, and I didn't know that me just, seeing a person in front of me as a person, and taking the time just to talk and actually genuinely care about their day could have such a huge ripple effect in how someone's heart's doing.
People do not understand that. They do not understand the impact that you play on people. And like I said, it could be right, wrong, bad. It's just, no matter what the circumstance is, you leave an impact on this earth. And it shouldn't be taken for granted just because you didn't achieve the goals that you thought that you needed to set out to make yourself valuable.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having dreams and everything. That's great to have something you want to achieve too, but you can't let a dream encompass the entirety of your worth. And, like, this checklist of what equates to me getting a right to exist.
Because if he had a left and went traveling, he would never marry Mary, and it really would have became Pottersville if he had left. If he had left and traveled and did everything he said he wanted to do, that movie would not have turned out like that at all. Like, he would, it would have been Pottersville, most definitely.
And it's so interesting to me. It's like the way that this movie handled the villain, right? Because, like, the villain doesn't really get his comeuppance at all. But, like, you're not mad about it because you're just so happy for the win that George had. And I think that in of itself is a good pointer in life. It's like, it doesn't necessarily need to be a thing of, like, finding justice against the villain, whatever your villain in life could be. It's more of an attitude of, if they want to stay in misery, let them stay in misery. Find your peace and find your place to exist in joy.
Quite frankly, I would have been petty and been like, y'all not gonna go arrest him for making a false police statement. Y'all not gonna go do that? I would have been petty. I'm sorry. But like, he don't need the wheelchair. He don't need nobody to help him walk. He don't need none of that. Take him to jail.
Sharon's like, okay, so, like, I like what Tiffany just said, but we're just gonna completely throw that out the window because now.
Yeah. I gotta grow up. I gotta grow up just a little bit. I ain't there yet. Yeah, I would be like, hey, y'all go handle that. Go handle Potter.
It's okay. I in my own natural self, I'm much more that way. It's very easy to espouse high ideals when you're not actually in the situation. So,
because you know me, yeah. All right, Potter.
You want to go toe to toe? Okay.
Now, Uncle Billy.
Oh, bless his heart.
Bless that baby heart. Bless his heart.
No, I mean, like, I felt so bad for him for, like, breaking down and crying because, like, honestly, you made a really good point. Why did they give him the money?
Yes, and we love Uncle Billy. We love him, but they knew he just wasn't the man for that job. Yes. And sometimes that's just the case. You good at what you're good at, and then you just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But, but it all worked out in the end. But I bet after that, they ain't gonna let Uncle Billy make no more little bank runs.
Yeah, Uncle Billy, you get to deal with the customers and the face-to-face type of stuff, but any kind of, like, bill work, paperwork, anything that requires...
Uncle Billy is on pen duty. He's on pen duty. He's standing there next to the person, and he makes sure the customer get a pen back. He's on pen duty. That's what they...
And the pen has a tire on it anyway.
Uncle Billy. We love you, Uncle Billy. We love you. But that really was a good movie. I really enjoyed it.
So yeah, it's like this wasn't what I would call like a full-on like
Christmas.
Like not. This is the only thing that's a surprise to me that it has this one tiny part about it at the end that is about Christmas. But like also I wouldn't say because we had this in our tragedy stack of films, and it's not really. It's just like a very emotional film.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I always forget how long it is too. It's so long.
So I would say I took away from this movie, just learn to love yourself and love the life that you are given. Simple as that.
Amen. And a reminder to you guys watching, you matter. You have value in spite of the things you have and have not done.
Mm-hmm. And if nobody else told you today, two strangers are going to tell you, we love you.
Yes. But tell us, what are some of your favorite Christmas movies in the comments? And we will see you guys next time for some more reaction videos.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all new content coming your way. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and hopefully we can make more. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!